how these guys play. So, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Game number 3 of the day. All right.
Hero Gambit is saying the cat spa's watching fish. Of course I'm watching fish, dude. I'm a cat.
Nice, nice. On that note, at the top left position as the yellow Protoss, we have Kusochek Piroga, who presumably is Idegel Chick, aka Zalatoy. And at the bottom right, as the purple Protoss, we have Arcneon.
Okay, PvP, Sail, this should be pretty much your specialty, right?
Yes. It was my specialty at some point. I will pretend that I still know what is happening in this matchup, even if I don't.
You know, because I remember watching, like, I don't know how long ago, but I remember watching you cast something and explain the double gateway into Nexus build.
Oh my god.
And I used that build in IC Cup for the next month. And I basically won every PvP that I played.
Yes!
Just with that.
Yes! Nobody believes me until everyone who hears the build is like, no, that build's stupid. It would never work. And then they try it, and it's the best thing ever. It doesn't make any sense, but it actually has an answer to pretty much everything except Proxy 99. Like, every other build, you have a perfect answer to it. Off of the 12 next.
I have to tell you that I've actually tweaked it myself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I've created a different build, which is basically fast Nexus into double gateway. And that sounds completely stupid, but it even works better for me. I don't know why.
Oh my god. Dude, no, that's perfect, because that build, I copied it and tweaked it from, oh my god, what's his name? It was from some guy who posted it on Team Liquid in the strategy forums. I think it was like Frosty Templar or something like that. I cannot remember.
Or Frost Arbiter, maybe. Frozen Arbiter.
No, it wasn't Frozen Arbiter. It wasn't Jinro. It was someone else. It was some like B+ Protoss who posted this in-depth guide on how to do it, and everyone was like, "No, this build's stupid." And I was just like, "Whatever, I'll just try it." And it was amazing. And I tweaked it a bit, and I posted like an in-depth review of the changes I made, and then, like I was discussing with him like what the changes were. Wait, we have a Nexus first.
No,
it's actually happening.
But I don't think that if this is a double gateway, then I'm gonna be really happy.
Oh my god. That's the thing. Some people don't do the double get. No, it is. It's the exact build. It's 12-14.
Oh no, it's 14. Oh.
Oh
man.
Okay. I mean that's an acceptable variation. To be fair, when they do Nexus first in like Pro League, they always go Gateway Forge. I think they never go Gateway. Damn, that was so close.
I know that why you would want to do that. Like, it kind of makes sense to do that, you know, to have something against possible early Dragoons. But the thing is, the reason why I really like double gateways is because when you send the Zealots to your opponent's main, you're always going to be sending from 2 gateways, and he's going to be making from 1. So even if you're just buying time, you're going to get ahead both economically, and the pressure is always on him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The mass Zealot pressure, it's glorious. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that here, but we are going to see some... Mana Pylon's note does take out the probe before another one can be built. Of course, Mana Pylon is one of the very annoying things when you are going for the fast Nexus. Of course, you don't get the Zealot out for a really long time, so you have to be careful about that kind of thing. As well, be careful of the Robo, but he should be able to take care of this. Hopefully, yeah, he does have his gas on the way. That's one thing you also have to be careful. Don't delay your tech too much. You need those Dragoons out to help deal with this.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of interesting because when you make, like, for example, when you have double gateways and you send constantly Zealots, you can kind of judge by what your opponent is doing, like how many Dragoons does he have, so you kind of can decide, oh, okay, he probably will tech to something like Reavers, or maybe something else. But if you're not attacking, if you're staying in your base, it's very difficult to make the correct choice. Like, do you want to make more units now? Do you want to tech more? Without that scouting information for Kusochipiryoga, I'm trying to make it sound that I know what I'm saying, but it's going to be really tricky for him because how do you know what's going on, like, for Arcneon?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, unfortunately though for him, his probe comes out and sees a Nexus on the other side, so he does in fact know. I don't actually know if he got in far enough to see this Robo, but he definitely saw the Nexus. So he knows he's not going to get all in. Oh, he's going DTs!
DTs, and we have a Reaver drop on the other side for Arcneon.
Oh my god, is he gonna... Oh my god, he's gonna delay his ops. He's gonna play greedy. Oh my goodness, this could actually be really bad. He's just, this is, no, no. Oh my god, whenever you play against the person who goes Nexus first, you must always expect the follow-up DT, man. It's like, if he's gonna be such a dirty Protoss player that goes Nexus first, you know he's dirty, right? You know he's dirty. And what do dirty players do? They go for DTs. That's what they do.
Actually, I usually when I do this, I don't go DTs. I just go like mass Dragoons, but then I switch instantly to speed lots. Because, you know, usually the main problem at that point is that you don't have enough units and your opponent usually has more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna have something that runs really fast.
I like that, man. Like, why did you do this? I just want something that runs really fast.
Okay, we do have a Reaver, so, and a Dragoon, and it's not gonna be spotted by that cheeky probe hidden at the bottom at the 6 o'clock, so...
Yeah,
it could do a lot of damage.
I don't actually know what this probe is for. At the bottom, like, is he gonna proxy a gateway or something for these DTs? It's a bit too late for that. I guess it's just for scouting.
It's for scouting because look at where it's located. I mean, the location kind of gives it away, right?
Yeah.
It's for that.
I mean, it's hiding behind a tree. It's pretty sneaky. But he didn't actually see what he was supposed to see. But there's still no obs here. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm kidding. It's behind the main minerals. But the thing is, if he sends his first observer straight to the other guy's base, that could still be bad. Oh, but here comes the Reaver. Rebo Shibal! No, it's fine. Alright, no problem. No bigs. Wow, he's actually building a cannon in his main. Oh my god, he didn't build any Dragoons. He just went straight for the DTs.
Yeah, so he definitely doesn't have any way to deal with this.
He's just gonna use the DT defensively. Oh my god.
Oh, but the cannon finishes. Gotta go away from there.
Help! Get it! Oh! Oh, buddy!
I mean, he could have actually picked up that cannon, I think.
Yeah, he should have actually. But the thing is, even if he shot the cannon, the splash would have killed a bunch of probes anyway. It's actually a mistake to target that.
Oh, the DT, but the obs right away. Yep, perfect timing.
Timing goo. The timing goo. That was actually unfortunate for him that the second Reaver was blocking the observer from coming out, or not blocking, but you know, it was building first, which meant the observer timing was perfect to catch the DT. If that observer was building before the Reaver, it would have gone to his base, and that DT could have done a lot of damage.
Yeah, you know, that's why these guys, you know, they're so good. They actually kind of think about these kind of things. They actually know when to make the observer, so when the DT, the random DT follow-up comes up, they can defend it.
Oh my god, we're gonna have counter DTs. This is beautiful. I love it. I love it. It is gonna be counter DTs, right? It's not gonna be speed.
Cannons, right? I mean, you do have a lot of cannons.
The thing is, he can drop them in, right? And if you drop like 3 DTs directly on the cannon, it instantly dies. And
yeah, that's true.
So he could like drop it on the main cannon and then run to the top side and kill the Nexus, or he doesn't even need to do that. He could just like leave 1 DT at the front, and it would basically give him complete map control until the ops comes out for Idegel, which would take a million years because he hasn't even started the robo.
I mean, I remember was talking, I think, with one of my friends when we used to play PvP a lot, that he said, well, when you're doing this kind of build, and I know that you're doing it, I know that you're not going to have observers for quite a while.
Yeah.
So if I just want to take, like, an expansion or greedy or something like that, I just go for the DTs, and you're basically going to have to wait until you get your own observers, and that's always a problem. That
is absolutely right. In the meantime, looks like the shuttle going out with another Reaver to see what shenanigans it can do. Let's see, there's a cannon and a Dragoon back here, but there's no vision on the high ground at the natural. The robo is actually almost done at the natural here. I didn't notice that before. But still a little wall for obs. And here we go, Reaver coming in. Is he going to go into the natural? Is he going to try and sneak around? He might be able to go from the top side maybe. Nope, just going straight for it. Dragoon drops. Oh my god, that's perfect. He's in. No, that's not perfect. He didn't shoot a Scarab. If he had shot a Scarab, that would have been perfect because the probes could not run away. They would have to run through the Reaver to get to the main. Fail. Fail.
I think at that point it was like, you have to decide whether you want to sacrifice the Reaver for a few probes, or you're just like, well, I just want to save the Reaver, because if I think it would have shot, it didn't even shoot once, right? So probably get picked off even before it had the time to shoot.
Yeah. I think it was smarter for him to just keep that alive and just keep the threat of the Reaver. That guy was already a dud.
Yeah. I mean, now the main thing always, and this is at least for me in PvP, because when I get to this point of the game, the main problem what I'm thinking about is when do you expand, or when do you try to leave and be aggressive? Because you don't get usually much more information at this point, right? If you fly with an observer, it's most likely gonna die.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's really tricky to figure out. Like, for example, if you see the army composition from Arcneon, and then you look at the army composition from the Yellow Protoss, you do realize that, okay, Storm. So basically, that's gonna trade relatively even. There's like some Reavers, so usually you'd say Arcneon is in this better position. But it all depends on the engagement, right? So.
Yeah. Sorry. Like. All that amazing analysis aside, this Dragoon is stuck in the base. I mean, there's a DT drop in the main, but I don't really care because the Dragoon's stuck in gateways and it's hilarious. Anyway, there's two cannons here. I don't think they're going to do much. They might be able to hit the gas, actually. Meanwhile, though, DT in the third is going to be annoying and actually kill stuff. I think these are... Oh, no, only one gateway gets unpowered from that. I thought both those gateways would get unpowered, but poor Dragoon guy having to kill his way out. This DT actually, I think, is going to kill this cannon before it finishes. Yeah. Nice. That's nice work. He could actually kill that High Templar as well. That'd be really good. No. Not paying attention. I also wanted to point out the scouting from both players is pretty decent. You can see on the minimap. At the bases, at least.
Yeah, definitely. And most of the DTs are going down from both players.
Oh, Storm drop! Storm! At the natural. Sorry to interrupt.
Oof.
It ended
How
up
many
not
did
really
they get? I missed that completely. How many did they get?
He had a good reaction time. It only got a couple, I think. It barely did anything. So, never mind.
Okay, so it's 58 probes for the Yellow Brows, and it's 45 for Arcneon. So, not that big of a difference, but the third for Arcneon is not even started.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. He's just going to start it right now. So, definitely behind on that. And to your point earlier about, when to expand and stuff, I mean, I think it's really stylistic. So, in high-level Protoss games, you rarely see, like in Korean Protoss games, hold that thought, Storm drop at the natural again, Storm!
That
Reaver! The Reaver cock block. Anyway,
the
counter!
Storm!
Wow, 14 kills on that one. And I didn't just click the other one, but nice counter drop there. Okay, can I talk about stuff now, guys, please? Hello? Alright. In pro play, you rarely see more than 2 bases in a PvP before the game's over. But the thing about going 12 next is it accelerates the game. Basically, you shoot straight into the mid game from that build because you're sort of playing defensively. So it's not uncommon to see many more bases from a 12 next opening, and we can see both players getting the third right now. I personally love to just expand a ton in PvP and play like these crazy, insane late game PvPs, but I guess it really depends on the player. And here we go, big attack coming in to the 6 o'clock.
That's not a smart move because these pylons are actually going to make the AI of the Dragoons go really haywire. So attacking up a choke is always a bad idea, right? And in PvP, I think it's even worse.
Yeah, definitely. And there's High Templars at the top. That's not going to work anymore. Oh, he might get Templar. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Catches 2 Templar there. And baits a goon in for no reason. Oh, wait. Oh my god, if this guy makes it out the other side, it's going to be hilarious. The Zealots don't have speed yet. He's actually going to live. Wait, no, Reaver, don't shoot him. Please. This guy.
That Dragoon is the guy that you see in every hero movie, like left behind enemy lines. That's that Dragoon.
Oh my god, but he somehow actually lives. What a freaking baller. Alright, well, good job, Dragoon. Looks like we got some better gateway placement now in Arcneon's base, and we got a bunch of Templars queued up. Wow, very low gateway count for Idegel. Still only the 5 gateways. He's adding more now. Okay, 6 gateways now, but considering he's on 3 bases, he had more bases and fewer gateways than Arcneon. He was at 5 to 7 there for a really long time. So a little bit behind on the infrastructure, but now going to the top right to take more bases. So it looks like Idegel now content to just expand and keep going. And there's actually a threatening shuttle here behind the natural of Arcneon as well.
there's still a lot of like Dragoons standing there constantly, and I mean, usually I'd rather just put a few, like 2 cannons there, because the drop is probably still gonna happen. Like, if you do sacrifice the shuttle and the High Templar, you're still gonna get in.
Yeah, that's true. I think the only real benefit of having Dragoons versus cannons is you can like you can box click the Dragoons and have them focus fire stuff, whereas you can't box click cannons, so they just shoot whatever they want to shoot, which sometimes can make a difference. But as you said, in that situation, I doubt it would make much of a difference. He should probably just pull his probes in that case. So. Yeah, I mean, he did pull all but 2 of the goons there, and we might have a big engagement now. Let's see the upgrades. 2-0 for yellow, and 1-0 for the purple Protoss, Arcneon. And here we go. It might come down to the storms, though. The storms, big first storm. Reavers in the front, big second storm as well. Nice storms from Idegel. Arcneon trying to pull back into a better position, but that causing a lot of damage. But there are the counter storms. There's only 1 Archon on the field. These 2 Reavers are critical, but they're getting stormed. The shuttle dies. 1 more storm on the Reavers will kill them, but it's a miss. He doesn't storm low enough, and he misses the Reavers, but the Reavers are also too far back to shoot the enemy Dragoons. It's going to be very close here, but it looks like Idegel is going to take it, and he's going to take these Reavers down with him as well.
Wow, that was a pretty decent engagement for the yellow Protoss. I think he did. I mean, he is getting ahead, but to be fair, I don't like the compositions for either player, because they're going very Dragoon heavy, which are very easy to clump and get stormed. So
yeah.
And also, the second thing is that Dragoons, when you're actually like getting ahead and you want to try to kill a base, they're not as efficient as Zealots, because Zealots kind of like mess everything up since they are always around everything. But with the Dragoons, they're always like together, so it's a lot easier to get a better, I don't know, surround around them, a storm, a Reaver shot.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's not like PvT or anything where you need a backbone of goons. They're actually not that efficient after the early game here. And you know what? Both players agree with us, because they've both started massing Zealots and Templars for the Archons here, which I definitely think is the correct choice, especially now that the Reavers are dead. Yes, you can storm clump Zealots, but it's way, way harder to do because they're all mixed up with your Zealots. You end up like having half your storm kill your own Zealots as well. And it's just much easier to have them run out of the enemy storm as well. So it's going to be interesting to see here the next engagement. A lot of times, once you get to this kind of composition, it also comes down to who has more Archons. We already see 3 Archons on Idegel's side, and all the High Templar here still as Templar for Arcneon. I think he needs to make some of these into Archons. Oh, but we have a Storm Drop coming in.
Oh, the natural. Yeah, got it.
Storm!
And a second good storm, and he's gonna live.
Oh my god. Where did the other Templar go? Did he not have another one here? I thought he had 2.
No, I think one of them died when the first, for the Reaver shot. Wasn't that one?
Oh, maybe. I was like not even paying attention. I was focused purely on the on the probe line. Just blanked everything out of my brain.
I'm trying to think though at this point when you're getting to this position in the game where it's kind of difficult to attack into your opponent. Like especially when you're maxed, like the yellow Protoss, you can actually do that, but it's always kind of tricky. Wouldn't it be a smart idea to get like 1 or 2 Dark Archons, basically to maelstrom the Zealots of your opponent?
I think a better use for the Dark Archon is actually feedback on Templars.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But it's kind of more difficult since you have to actually hit them, and as you can see, usually they trail a little bit back. So you'll have to be waiting and not doing anything to just get the feedback. So it's more difficult, I think, than just getting something like a Maelstrom.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Meantime, a bit of a Storm Harass here. It doesn't do the most damage in the world on Idegel, especially since he has a 4th base already up and running. But yeah, you're absolutely right, actually. That's one thing. Once you get to the super late game PvP, I definitely think having 1 Dark Archon at least in your army is a good idea, mainly for the feedback. I don't feel like Maelstrom is too useful because it does only affect the Zealots, which are not your main concern if you have enough Archons. But the thing is, even though the Templars often trail, a trick you often see PvP pros do, hold that thought, there's a big attack coming in here. Protoss is way outnumbered. I don't know why he's going up here. He's just going to run through the army. That is not a good idea. He's going to get obliterated. Nice storms on the incoming Templar, though. Going to kill a lot of them, but his own Templar are just running in by themselves, and he's going to get absolutely slaughtered here in the middle of the map. Nothing left of Arcneon's forces. That could probably be the end of the game, actually, with this counterattack.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying earlier, you will often see players like before the big engagement, they'll lead out with a couple of Templars to just storm you first before the fight actually starts. That's when you can actually use the Dark Archon really effectively to pick off those leading Templars and stop that from happening. And they're typically full energy as well, so you just insta-kill them. But here we go, possibly the game-ending attack here from Idegel at Arcneon's Natural.
It kind of looks like it. I mean, it's way too many units from Yellow already breaking every single thing, and not really that much of his own units dying, so...
Yeah, the probe's coming out. GG! And, ladies and gentlemen, the Nexus first build is now 1-0 in TLS. I just want to point that out. Nexus first PvP, guys. There you go.
One thing that I wanted to comment about what you were saying about leading with the High Templars and trying to get a score. I know that a lot of people have been doing that in the past, but I've seen that fall out of fashion because one trick that the opponent would usually do is like choose 4 or 5 Dragoons.
Yeah.
And as soon as your observer sees that, you just move to the front and try to snipe it and go back. And it's harder to do than, for example, a feedback, but it kind of doesn't cut into your army, so you can, you use the Dragoons anyway.
That's a very good point, actually. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of cat and mouse. Like, who gets the drop on the other person? Like, oh, I'm gonna try and storm you. Oh, well, I'll counter it with Dragoons. Oh, well, I'll send more, like 6 Dragoons to kill your 4 Dragoons. You know, it's that kind of thing. So
yeah.
It's very interesting. But I do think, I mean, yeah, if you were to invest in Dark Archons, Maelstrom, maybe if you get to like super late game and you can Maelstrom like, 10 Zealots at once or something. Or I see some people in the chat saying if you get like a group of High Templar, you can Maelstrom like 4 High Templar at once. That could actually be really good.
Oh yeah,
but
that's sick.
Yeah, but I mean it's kind of rare, and obviously the cost. You have to think. The 2 Dark Templars together is 250, and you have to research Maelstrom as well, which is it 100, 150, 150? I don't know, but it's quite a bit of gas.
The reason why I think, if I remember correctly, one of the Korean commentators once said that the reason why people usually don't get Dark Archons is because they need energy, and it's like you have to wait until you have enough energy to do something with it.
That's true.
Usually, like, you want to have the Archon as fast as possible, or the High Templars, because just a few seconds after they come out, they're already doing something. Yeah. But the Dark Archon is an investment for, like, you have to wait for a little bit of time.
And thinking about the cost also, like, for the cost of the Dark Archon, you could have almost 2 High Templars, which are going to be regenerating energy twice as fast. And Psystorm only costs 75 energy, and Maelstrom costs 100. So, like, would you rather have 2 Psystorms or 1 Maelstrom for the same cost? It's kind of like, well, when you think about it that way, it makes less sense.
Oh, okay, in a way, I understand that probably that's why we only see that in very late stages of the game. Like, when you really have a lot of bases, and you're basically saying, okay, we both have maxed armies, so let's see who trades, like, constantly a little bit better. So at that point, yeah, okay, it makes a lot of sense.
All right, well, a lot of PvP analysis. We do have 2 Protoss casters here on the stream, so no surprise there.
Not that we're biased or anything.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Yeah, it's not like PvP. Well, I mean, PvP is objectively the best matchup, so we don't need any bias. You know what I mean? Anyway, and of course, since it is the best matchup, we are going into Game 2 of the series. That's right. That was Game 1. And now Idegel leads 1-0, and we are going to have Game 2 on Medusa. So, yeah, enough analysis, I think. Let's go into the game.
Let's go.